So the Christmas activities had wrapped up. After spending 2 weeks in Idaho, reframing my mindset about the town I grew up in, I traveled with my brother Sheffield and his family down to Tennessee. One of my sisters, Margaret Ann, was getting married in Knoxville, and so on the way there, we stopped by Chattanooga for a bit. For a couple days, I stayed with my brother and his family at the house of his wife's aunt and uncle. Just saying that almost confused me too. I'm going to warn you now. There are a lot of people in my family, and there's no shame in not being able to keep up with all of them. Sometimes it's even hard for me. I spent time with my niece and nephews, playing around the house and the yard, and trying to really soak in the time I had with them. I would not be returning to Idaho after the wedding, so these few days were the last I'd have with them for a while. Call. You okay? Fumble! Careful, careful, careful. And we visited another of my brothers, Jurgen, who lives in that area. He recently started his own video game studio and has been working on his first game, so he let my nephew try it out for a bit. And after a few days in Chattanooga, I piled into a rental car with Sheffield and his family, and we headed towards Knoxville. I planned to stay in Knoxville for 2 days, and on the first day, I went with Sheffield's family to a fort that was a short drive from the city. Fort Loudoun State Park is about 1,200 acres and was one of the earliest British fortifications built on the western frontier. Originally constructed in 1756, it was restored during the Great Depression. It was built because the British colonies of South Carolina felt threatened by French activities in the Mississippi Valley. The fort was declared a National Historic Landmark in 1965. Careful going up the stairs, Ransom. Whoa! Go ahead.
Look at this. Look, right there is rifles. That rifles. There's. I found grenades, bombs. I found bombs. Grenades? No bombs. Bombs? I'm gonna go to a random cart. I found cartridges. Look, I found some cartridges.
And then after that, we went to explore Craighead Caverns. which contains the largest non-subglacial underground lake in the country. We were led through the cave system by a guide who explained the different rock formations and geological aspects to the caverns, before boarding a small boat and drifting through the eerie waters of what they call the Lost Sea. Then we made it back in time to clean up and head to the rehearsal dinner, where all 16 of my nieces and nephews were dancing and running around. Well, all except the most recent one who can't walk yet. I got to catch up with my 5 brothers. And finally, the day came. One of the primary reasons I had taken this journey back to the United States. My sister Margaret Ann's wedding day. I went to the church early for a few photos and to just capture a bit of the day. Nothing official, just mostly for my own memories. The camera. I'm sorry. This is why Margaret wanted me to come.
Yep.
No, it's the same one that I had them wear for the wedding, but different color. Are you a sister?
I am now.
Yes?
Sisters.
In the middle. Sisters. And you have to stand in the middle so we can kiss one.
That's...
We're just downstairs
There was
with
food
the
in
guys.
there because our father took food. This is from Laura. She told me not to read it. I don't know if she wants Steven to read it either. Okay, bye guys. Bye.
Really like to take a picture on his new camera.
What? Oh, wait.
You should try to put it mouse.
Well, you gotta sit down, okay?
definitely one of the most fun receptions I can remember going to. There was cheesecake and candy and coffee and hot chocolate. Some of my family sang songs, and a few of us gave toasts.
I'm James Leithart, brother of the bride, and he'll explain what he's doing.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is James. I'm one of Margaret Ann's 6 favorite brothers. I thought that since I have the convenience of visual aids, I was going to take full advantage of them. So I apologize if anything embarrassing shows. Actually, Margaret Ann, no, I don't apologize because I specifically cleared this with you before. So, without further ado, please direct your attention to the screens and we'll get this video playing.
Margaret Ann, I still remember the day you were born. Well, barely. I remember not being convinced that you were real because our parents had kept a random baby doll in their closet, so we thought that that's what was swaddled, which in hindsight is pretty stupid even for 7-year-old me, considering I knew our mother had been pregnant.
Thugs? Okay, fine. My name's Mike and I'm running away from an orphanage. Yeah.
But I'm glad you're real and not a plastic baby, even if at times you were unsure about the rest of us. With that slight mishap out of the way, from the get-go, you and I have always been pretty close. As I looked through photos for this, I saw countless snapshots of us sitting together. Maybe it's my age, or maybe it's just because those were taken so long ago, but I didn't remember most of those moments. So I love that that hasn't changed too much over the years.
What? Dancing. No, you can't put this in there. Please stop.
I love that you and I mostly communicate by sending Instagram reels of cute babies back and forth to one another. But that no matter what has happened or how much time has passed, you're always there to talk to me if I need someone, and vice versa.
Yeah. I'm in life in this party. You want me here.
Oh, where's my camera?
What doing?
Not wearing pants. Actually, I haven't really worn pants all week. What?
I found a statue of Margaret Ann.
It's no secret that our family is big. Massive, in fact. Honestly, most people don't believe me when I tell them. And with so many people, it's easy to get lost in the mix, to slip in between the cracks. But you've never let that happen to me, despite me constantly being multiple thousands of miles away from everyone else. Even when I wanted to disappear or to be forgotten, in my darkest moments, you wouldn't let that happen. You were there to be my adventure buddy when no one else would, driving 5 hours round trip just to go on a simple hike, even if you were worried about the places we went.
Somebody died here. We might die here. I feel like we might die.
You were there to pick me up from the airport when I was severely jet lagged.
Oh, I just looked at your face. When was the last time you shaved? Gross.
And you would always be my road trip sing-along partner. This just speaks to the kind of person you are. Someone who selflessly cares for those that are overlooked. The ones that need help even if they don't vocalize it. You have this crazy intuition that lets you know when someone is in need, and you act on it without thinking twice. Oh, and thanks for being excited when I flew across the world to surprise you.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Is everyone asleep?
No. What are you doing? Merry Christmas. What the heck? She didn't get me saying, you have no idea the physical toll that 3 vasectomies have on a person.
When I first met Steven, I wasn't sure what to think of him, but I could immediately tell how much he cared about you and how much you love him. And I'll be honest, I'm still not sure what to think of him. But you two fit well together, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that you found someone that you can give your selfless love to and who will reciprocate it in the same way. I always knew it would take someone special to make you happy, so I'm glad you found him. 2 years ago, after Smith's wedding, I visited you and Steven in Knoxville. When I was leaving, Steven said he hoped to see me soon, to which I replied, "You have more control over that than you realize." It took him a second to realize what I meant, and then a bit longer for him to actually do it. But here we are.
When I was little, I loved to play wedding, and so Emma and I would decorate the entire place. We would like line up stuffed animals to be the audience, and I would put on a white dress, and Smith was the only available male. So he would agree to be the groom on the condition that he was allowed to get drunk at the reception.
We have been to so many family weddings together. I can't believe it's finally your turn. And this time, you get to marry a real groom.
This is my best day.
All day I was looking around for you so I could make a comment about something. And then I realized you weren't around because, well, you were getting married.
See you tomorrow.
Don't say that.
I have no advice for you as you go into this next stage of life because, well, you're going into a stage that I've never been in. So I don't have anything groundbreaking or insightful to say. I just wanted to make sure that you know how much I appreciate and love you. I can't wait to see where your life leads. And I wish the best for you and your new little family with Steven and spaghetti. I just have one question. Do you regret this?
Act normal, act normal. Pretend like you're normal. Once in your life, pretend like you're normal. How do we slow dance?
I don't know. I thought you would know how.
I don't know how to slow dance.
Darcy.
We're not in sync.
Me and James are
And I danced with my nieces until it was time to send Margaret Ann and Steven off into the cold night to their honeymoon through a tunnel of sparklers. And then my entire family got together for dinner before I hopped in the car with my brother Jurgen and his family to head back to Chattanooga for a couple of days. The morning after the wedding, most of the family all met up at the aquarium in Chattanooga. We wandered through the dark hallways admiring fish and other wildlife while chatting about the weather and other things. With this wedding, there are only 2 of us left that are unmarried, and my dad wanted to start a discussion about a way that we can all be together on a more regular basis. For the last 3 years, we've had a family wedding every year, and with that seemingly stopping for a bit, we needed to find an alternative. So we talked about some of the possibilities of where and when all 36 of us could be together again.
See the resemblance.
Sheffield's family were going to be heading back to Idaho soon, so I spent one last morning with them at the Science Museum before saying our goodbyes, hoping to see each other again before too long.
You want to have
And I spent a few more days in Chattanooga, visiting some old friends and going back to the college that I went to walk around the campus and reminisce, and to watch some basketball. And then it was time to move on to the next part of my journey, saying goodbye to Chattanooga and heading into a few weeks of hopping around the country. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll be back soon.